Hey guys, welcome back to Cecil's Island. Today, I have a layout tour for you. Over the years things have changed and I've modified both the track plan and the industries on the layout, so I wanted to give you all an overall view of everything as it currently is. The layout is an L shape with modules consisting of two 3x3s, two 2x3s, a single 2x2, and a single 1x3. It has 15-inch radius curves and 4% inclines. So sit back, get an ice cold Coke, and enjoy the tour. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll start off at the tunnel. This leads to an underground reversing loop to allow the trains to run consistently without stopping. The reversing switch is controlled by an Azatrax spring switch module using infrared sensors connected to a tortoise switch machine. This is mirrored by the reversing switch for the above reversing loop. They are the only two turnouts on the layout that are electronically changed. The signal is controlled by an Azatrax directional solenoid module triggered by infrared sensors, which alternate between red or green and yellow depending on the direction of the train. A toggle switch on the fascia controls between green or yellow. The entire layout uses a mixture of Code 100 Atlas FlexTrack and medium radius Pico turnouts, all of which have been spray painted brown. Coming out of the tunnel, we enter into Cordova. With a harbor on our right, we can see Carpe Diem Shipping, a one-car industry which loads and unloads small boats to and from the island. It is the only boat-serviced industry that is accessible by rail. Shortly ahead, we have a two-car runaround, which also splits to service snail storage and transfer. Snail Storage and Transfer is an 8-car industry that features both a holding and loading siding and is the main shipping hub of the island. This industry is switched out with a fresh 4-car consist, and taking into account the 4-car limit per locomotive, this typically becomes a focal point for operators during an operating session. Here, you can see the signal for Cordova West, showing the status of the mainline northbound at Cecil Yard. This, and all other signals on the layout excluding the tunnel signal, are manually controlled with two double pull switches on the fascia. Up the incline and past the signal for Cecil Yard South, which shows the status of the mainline through Cordova, we arrive at Cecil Yard, which is the main freight yard of the layout. Cecil Yard features an independent yard lead which doubles as a loading dock, a truck service coal conveyor, a 3-bay engine facility, and a 4-track yard with a runaround located on the arrival-departure spur. The yard can hold a mix of 17, 40, and 50-foot cars, not including the yard lead. This is also a main focal point for operators, typically requiring them to build or dismantle consists during sessions. Although condensed, it operates fairly well due to the double slip switch at the yard entrance. We continue northbound past the Cecil Yard northbound signal and under the wooden road bridge and into Duane's Junction. Duane's Junction is the main industrial area for the layout. It contains the second reversing loop, completing the dogbone style circuit with complex switching in the middle. The loop has a set of signals both pointing south to indicate the status of the mainline in Cecil Yard. With the 2-car runaround, the middle of Duane's Junction services two industries by rail, Douglas Distribution and CRC Machine Works, both 2-car industries needing to be switched out utilizing the runarounds. Attention should be given to the diamond crossing over the main. On the west side of Duane's Junction, we have Granny Gladys's Goodies, a 2-car industry which comes directly off the main. This industry is behind one of the signals to ensure a safe distance is kept when the main line at Cecil Yard is blocked. There is also a road crossing which needs to stay as clear as possible for road traffic, and the diamond crossing which services CRC Machine Works. Dwayne's Junction is the main focal point of the layout for operators due to its complex switching and tight clearances. Visiting operators typically need to consult the Cecil Island Handbook for assistance in switching the industries as efficient as possible. To the north of Dwayne's Junction, we have the newest area that has just been constructed. This industry is unnamed at this point, but services 6 cars and has its own leased locomotive. So far, the DRS 441,000 has been assigned to stay local and switch the industry throughout the operating sessions, before having a mainline local refresh the consists. With the designated arrival and departure track, the switching is very straightforward, but requires mainline permission. Overall, this should add another focal point for the layout and has potential to allow 3 operators to work the entire layout at one time comfortably. That's it for the overview of Cecil's Island for the start of 2024. I hope you enjoyed the tour and plan to do this at the start of every new year. I hope you keep up to date with future layout updates, and thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, enjoy your bacon.